So, hey guys, we're here tonight with my friend John Day. Hey, John.
Hi, how are you?
So, John is a friend of mine. John is a client of mine, and John has some major success under his belt now. So, John, how much weight have you lost?
60 pounds and counting.
Wow. How do you feel?
Amazing. I feel like energy I've never had before. I feel just this new outlook on life that I haven't ever had in any other diets that I've ever done.
Wow, that's fantastic. So, tell everybody a little bit about what you've done, how you found your food. Everybody, John is a client of mine, so we'll put that out immediately. And we're not fishing for business. We're sharing success in this video. So, tell us a little bit about what's happened.
Well, for me, I've done many diets and I've lost a lot of weight. I think coming out of high school, I was over 300 pounds and I dropped down to about 185 with different things I've done.
Mm.
And I've done that and gained it back and done that and gained it back and done that and gained it back. And it was just a continuous cycle. It was never a life change. I always looked at everything as something that I could sustain for life. And then as we were talking and doing some things, some clients last year, one of the things I had just went to the doctor and they were talking about, oh, you're borderline high blood pressure, and I'm not that old. I'm only 35, so, I shouldn't be having all these issues. And, I just, I have a family and a son, and I said, what kind of father am I being? What kind of husband am I being? My life is worth more than the way I'm doing it. My choices are affecting those around me, and that's unfair. I shouldn't be making choices that are killing me and that in 10 years' time leave my wife without a husband or my son without a father. That's the path I was heading down because I couldn't control it. It was so addicting that I couldn't get away from it. I would lose 200 pounds and gain it right back within 6 months because I had to have the Chick-fil-A or I had to do this. It was a craving that I could not let go of because I looked at everything as a diet instead of as a complete lifestyle change. You hear that all the time, but it until it hits, it doesn't hit. And for me, coming into this and finding my food was more about, I had to find something that I could sustain, that I never didn't feel restricted, that I felt like I can eat like this and enjoy it. And I've done paleo, I've done Whole30. Paleo was kind of my food, but then when I moved over to keto, not only did I start enjoying things a lot more and seeing things in a whole different light of how I could create food and how I could, actually enjoy it because I do love food. I'm a foodie person anyways, and I love it. And so for me, that was a big thing. But on top of that, the energy that I got, I used to have like really bad back problems. It would go out like once a month.
Wow.
And I haven't had that since this. And it's just completely revolutionized me and the way I see things. So it's been an incredible journey.
Was there one moment where all of a sudden you realized, oh my gosh, this is it?
Yeah, when I started keto and I hung out a little bit with Rhonda,
Yeah.
and she gave me some great stuff, and I realized, I can have fun, and it doesn't have to be a lot of people have diets, they'll get meals sent to them, or, some of the other things that are out there that are fantastic, but, I have to have fun with it, and that's my personality, and if I'm not having fun with what I'm doing, then I won't sustain it. I'll go back. It's like, this is not fun. Everybody's going out to a Mexican restaurant and having margaritas and chips and salsa. I can't go because I can only have this little bit of something here. You find ways to create that because, it's about a relationship and hanging out with people, and a lot of times diets restrict you from that.
Yeah.
And take you away from relationships and going out with friends and having fun and dinners and all that kind of stuff. You feel like, no, I have to go home. I have to have my chicken and my vegetables, and that's all I can have. And where you're going doesn't serve that.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was that big moment when I realized I can do this for life. I can have fun with this.
Yeah.
And it's affecting me. And it didn't really matter at that point because I refused. I got to the point where I refused to, hurt my family by the choices I was making. It's selfish as much as anything else you can be addicted to, and I wasn't going to do it anymore.
So you're calling yourself an addict?
Yeah, I think so. I was the type of person who would go to Cracker Barrel and be like, give me like 30 biscuits and gravy, and I'll eat all of them. It'll be fun. I'll feel horrible afterwards, but that's what I'll do. And you would feel bad about it, just the same as I think certain people do with whatever they're addicted to. And I think that you do it, and then you feel bad about it. I mean, especially in the eating thing, because people don't see eating as an addiction. I feel, since I've been off sugar and things, that I feel that it was more addictive than anything that I've ever done, and I can't. I don't think that there's any the way that people look at food. They don't see it as a negative thing. Everybody eats it. Everybody does it. They don't see it as an addiction, as it's smoking or drinking or any kind of drug addictions or things like that, because it's not a negative connotation in this society. It's what you do. And I think for me, that it was an addiction, and you would feel terrible afterwards. You would feel sick afterwards, and you would look in the mirror and be unhappy. And my personality is I'm always happy, but even when I can fake it, you can feel inadequate in that area. I feel like if you're inadequate in your health, it spills over into so many other aspects of your life that you can't even imagine or see. If I feel unconfident about the way I look or what I had or my energy level is low, and I go into a meeting at work, it's going to come across in that meeting at work and affect that as well. And and I think it's an addiction for sure, no doubt about that.
So one of the things that I talk about, because it's a big revelation to me, and I fish around with some of my clients, and that is, it's amazing that food was the problem, and now food is actually the solution. And when I eat certain foods, it's like I get my control back. Like I get my control back when I eat meat and cheese, or meat with butter on it, or cooked in butter, and then butter on the vegetables, and real cream in my coffee. And these higher fats quiet everything else down, and I have control over the food. And hunger is not, it's there, but it's not like it used to be. And we exercise control and judgment now, whereas we used to be almost held captive. Would you agree?
100%.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that I think has been so shocking to me in this is that the way I've done it in the past, losing weight, is not really focusing on the food and overdoing it in the gym. I don't really like going to the gym, but I put all my focus on that. And I would put 90% of that out there and only maybe 10% of food. If I wanted something, I would still have it. I would try to eat a little bit better, but never focus. And at this point, I mean, to be quite honest, I've been to the gym like 3 or 4 times in 6 months. It's all been about the food.
Yeah.
But now I have the energy where now I'm at the point where I want to start doing that, because, that's just kind of a gift to myself, because it's, it's fun and all that. But I think, shifting from, you can't outwork your diet, which you hear all the time, but shifting that mindset for me and taking to food and then seeing the results and feeling like I didn't, I had to work hard to detox and get all this out of me. But it's not like I had to go run a marathon every day just in order to lose some weight. And that was a huge revelation for me too.
Isn't that cool? I have a little saying I'm working on. It's, when it comes to weight, it starts at the plate. Yeah, it's not in the gym. I don't want to say that too much because I work for a gym. So, okay, final statement. I know you're a client of mine, and I want everyone to know he's a client of mine. And hey, we're getting ready to open up the Find Your Food Tribe for the summer. 2 months, $25, access to where we all hang out. What would you want the average Find Your Food member to know about that?
For me, I want them to know that it's about a community that will really help change your life.
Yeah.
I mean, we could try to do these things on our own, and like I said, I've done it on my own multiple times. But why did I always go back?
Yeah.
I always went back because nobody was holding me accountable, and there was no one around me that I could
have
really
fun.
Trust. Right, have fun, and really the trust factor is kind of a huge thing because I can trust myself, but not really.
Yeah.
But I can go to the people that are in this tribe and say, I'm struggling with this, and I need your help. Or I can go to Rhonda and say, need a new recipe because I'm getting bored.
Yeah.
Or I can, and so there's a lot of things that I can do, and it's really about this community that I mean, we're not meant to do anything alone. We're not meant to do life alone, and we're not meant to do things
That's
alone.
good.
And that includes this. That includes things that the food is a great community, but going deeper, it will literally change everything about you. It is a deeper touch. It is something that, I mean, it will completely shift mindset. And when you're having a bad day, somebody posts something about how fantastic things are going and ideas, and it's a support system that you have it everywhere else. Why not have it in this area?
Exactly. That's a great point. We have it everywhere else. Well, Jon, this is like 10 minutes long now, and in today's times, we got to move quick because people won't. This is 10 minutes is like 10 hours, but I know people will have stuck with this video because you've got a lot to say, and it's resonating off of you. And I want to thank you for your time.
Thanks. It's awesome.
Awesome. I know. Okay. Good night.